Okay, hello girls. What we are doing today is finishing off our Women's Day projects. Remember, you needed to decide if you were going to do your portrait with black pencil crayon, black pen, or in pencil. You also needed to make the decision to do it on brown paper or white paper. If you did it on white paper, you could bring pencil crayon shading into your picture. If you're doing it on brown paper, you could bring white pencil crayon into the areas that need to be white. After you have your whole picture planned out, please try cut the biggest oval you can on your page. Basically just cut off the corners, and then you're going to take your oval and we are going to collage into this background. Now obviously I have painted mine. Last year I was allowed to have paint and you were able to share paint. We're not going to be able to do that this year. You are going to have the option of taking different colors, and I've got over here, and collaging the color into your background. Now what that means is you will be taking pieces of paper and tearing them and filling your background. You need to decide what color is going to complement your picture. You can tear different pieces of paper, big pieces, and have them overlap, or you can have little pieces and have little gaps in between. Have a look at what it looks like, and you decide what you're going to be doing into that background with a color. Don't forget that you shouldn't have any lines. So this would be a line drawing where it's very empty. This is a shaded drawing with lots of shadows and highlights into your picture. If you are using a pencil or a black pencil crayon, remember that the pressure you use will determine how dark you're going to shade. If you push really hard, it's going to come out very, very dark. If you use a medium pressure, it's going to be a medium shade. And if you use it very, very lightly, it's going to come out really light and look like a gentle shadow on your picture. So remember, the pressure you use is going to determine how dark it's going to come out. Don't forget your lips are darker than your skin tone, and your entire face needs to be shaded. Everything needs to be shaded. This I should have done a medium pressure or darker, and a light shade over here. The only white you should have in your whole picture is the sides of your eyes and the highlight in your eye. Also highlights into your hair or anywhere your face might be shining. Otherwise your entire face should be shaded. If you've got small lines or wrinkles or a shadow under your neck, you should have shading under your neck as well. You can see my cupid's bow would be darker shadows under your nose, dark shadows under the eye as well. Have a look at that person and see where all the shadows are, and then don't forget what they're wearing. Either needs to be very dark if they're wearing even a light pink would be darker than their skin tone, depending on how dark their skin is. So if they are very dark, their shirt would be very light then. Remember, you're going to be using your different pressure points when shading into your person. Okay, I'm going to show you the next step that we'll be going on to next week if you don't finish your portrait today. If you do finish your portrait today, you'll see the following steps that need to be followed when you move on to the rest of your picture. Okay, girls at home, once you have finished your pencil shading, you are then going to collage a color into your background. You're then going to decide what paper you're using for your flower frame. You're going to position your oval, and then using a pencil, roughly sketch out where this oval is going to sit on your page. Like this, I'm rushing. Okay, once you have your rough oval sketched out like this, you need to bring it in about 3 inches or millimeters, because you need your frame to overlap your girl. So you've got to bring it in to make it smaller than that frame. Once you've brought it in, you can then draw your flowers that are going to be around your frame, and there can be leaves overlapping a little bit into your picture if you want. You can have petals overlapping as well, but don't bring it too much into your picture. You want random flowers and leaves overlapping the whole way around. Then you're going to cut out this area. You're going to stick your scissors in and cut around so that this fits behind your picture, so that your frame actually frames this picture. Okay, you can stop. Girls, once you have finished your shading and highlights, like Yana's done over here, you're then bringing some color in and you're collaging the color into your oval. After you've done your oval, I will show you what next, what you have to do next, and that is working on your flower frame. Okay, girls, you can see I have paint, you won't have paint. You are going to be taking colored paper and you are tearing little pieces and collaging it into the background over here. Once that's done, you will take your oval. It should be quite a big oval, rather cut out a bigger area than a tiny area. And you're going to roughly sketch out where your oval sits on your page. I'm doing this with one hand. Please sketch it out. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, make sure you're actually getting the shape of where it's sitting. Once you've done that, I'm going to put this on. Maybe where you can see it. Once you've sketched it out, like I've done, little sketch of where it's going to sit on my page. You can see that line over there. Then you are going to, what you're going to do is then where your sketch line is, you're bringing it in about 3 millimeters because you want your frame to actually frame your picture. So the whole way I'm bringing it in, I'm making it a little bit smaller all the way. So you can see that this line is pretty much where we're going to be working now. Once you have that, you're going to have your beautiful flowers and leaves overlap your whole picture. So I'm going to draw some leaves coming out, and I'm going to overlap a little bit into my picture and out of my picture. So these are going to be my flower frames. Obviously I'm rushing the whole way. You can have some leaves in and out, big flowers. Okay, all the way. So I've roughly mapped out some flowers. Then you're going to cut in the middle, and I'll show you that now. Have you got this in the frame? Yeah. Okay, great. Because once you have your flowers mapped out, you're then going to draw a cross in the middle of your page, and you're just going to fold it over and cut it. After you have a cut inside, you're then going to be going around all of those flowers and leaves that you've drawn, like I'm doing now. The whole way. And then what's going to happen is once we've cut it out, it's going to go around your portrait so that you have a flower frame surrounding the entire picture. And I'm nearly done. Obviously you're going to take a bit more time than I'm taking because I'm rushing now. So once you have your opening like that, your picture is going to sit behind that frame. So you can see how the leaves overlap a little bit into your picture. That's perfectly fine, but make sure they don't overlap too much. Once you've got your pencil planned out, you can then start going over it with pen and adding color so that your frame sits on top of your portrait. Okay, thank you.